Akron St. Vincent St. Mary High School is the place. It is the initial Hoops Night in Ohio on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Two of the Blue Bloods, St. Edward's visiting St. Vincent St. Mary. Hello everybody and welcome to LeBron James Arena at St. Vincent St. Mary High School along with my partner Adam Mendoza. I'm Dave Bacon. Adam, you look at the St. Edward Eagles. They come in 9-3 on the season. Eric Flannery, one of the best coaches in the state of Ohio. And this is a team that's getting it done from behind the three-point arc, better than 40% as a team from three-point range.
And when you look at the team, they like to run, but when they set and get that outside shot, they'll knock it down. And one of the players that leads that way is Drew Yursich. He's hitting 49% from three-point range, but he can also drive to the basket.
You look over at St. Vincent St. Mary under Drew Joyce, another one of the best high school coaches in the state of Ohio. They are 4-5 on the year. That's a little misleading. They have played an absolutely brutal schedule both in and out of the state. They are led by a 6'10 guy in John Wharton who can go inside and out.
This is a kid that's averaging 15 points a game. You figure at his height, he's just going to play in the post. No, this is a kid that likes to stand around the arc. He is also very deadly from three-point range, but he can work it inside. He is going to be a tough man to guard for the Eagles tonight.
And the St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish led by a freshman point guard in Asen Lomack. We'll talk about that a little bit more. We mentioned two of the Blue Bloods here on the initial high school hoops night in Ohio. We're going to talk to both coaches, Drew Joyce, Eric Flannery, on the other side of the break. It's Hoops Night in Ohio on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hoops Night in Ohio, LeBron James Arena, and we have the man the court is named after, Coach Drew Joyce, joining us from St. Vincent St. Mary. Coach, 4-5 on the year, but a schedule that is loaded with really good teams like the team you're going to play tonight, St. Ed's.
Yeah, it wasn't planned to be 4-5 right now, but the plan is always to play great teams to prepare for the real season, which happens middle of February and into March. So we're growing. We were, very young and inexperienced as the season started. I can't claim that anymore. We've been in 9 games. Guys have grown up. I believe we're on the right track, and we just need to be able to finish some games out now.
One guy that really steps out when you look at him is John Wharton, 6'10", a senior. Tell me a little bit about his game, how important he is to what you want to get done.
Yeah, John has, been with us from his freshman year, and he's grown every year. Now he has a great touch. He can shoot it from perimeter, and then his ball skills around the rim are very, very good. So he completes us. Without him, it's very difficult doing what we'd like to do. It's because he's so efficient. Of course, we would love for him to be a high flyer and all those things, but he was trained very well by his father. He understands the game, and his IQ makes up for some of that athleticism that he may lack.
And you mentioned his father. John played for Kent State, really good player for Gary Waters. Let's talk a little bit about your point guard. Asen Lomack, a freshman. Freshman point guard means learning curve. How's he doing?
He's doing very well. He's been around the program since he's in 1st or 2nd grade, and I just told him at the beginning that I was just going to throw him into the fire. He's done very well. He's made some mistakes, but we understand that was going to happen. But what we love about him is he is so coachable. Everything we've asked him, when we point something out, he's been able to not make that same mistake over and over again.
All right, before I let you go, what are you looking for tonight? Again, a really good program in St. Ed's. What do you want to see from your team?
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, we've been growing. I just want to see us finish something out. We've been had a couple games where at the end we just haven't been able to get it done. Coach Flannery has a great program, and he's going to throw some things at us. So we just got to react to those things and then be the best version of ourselves. And as I said earlier, we're growing. This is an opportunity to take a big step forward, and if we do that, I'm going to be happy.
Drew Joyce, appreciate the time. Thanks very much. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We're going to check in with Adam Mendoza, who has Eric Flannery, head coach of the St. Edward Eagles.
Thank you, Dave, and welcome back to Ohio Hoops Night. We're here with St. Edward head coach Eric Flannery. Coach, thanks for joining us before this game. Another big game in your schedule coming into this with Akron St. Vincent St. Mary.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having us. It's great to be able to showcase both teams on TV across the state. And this is going to be another battle. I think St. Vincent St. Mary's, obviously with the tradition that they've had. Coach Joyce is a legendary coach in the area and has done a tremendous job with their team. The record may not be great right now, but they played probably the toughest schedule in the state of Ohio. So we kind of throw that out. It's going to be a tough matchup for us. There's a lot of little keys that we got to work on and focus on, and it's always a tough place to come in and win. So we're looking forward to the challenge.
You come into this game with a 2-game winning streak after snapping a 2-game losing streak. What do you see for this squad tonight?
Well, one, we got to match their size. They're just bigger, a little bit longer than us, and we've got to do a good job on the glass. We've got to do a good job in transition defense. That's been kind of one of our weaknesses. And obviously it's one of those, no-brainer type things, but we got to make shots. And if we make shots, we're a pretty good basketball team. If we're missing shots, it's hard for us to kind of create other ways to score. So we're just looking for that good opportunity, trying to find our open looks that we can get, and hopefully we knock them down tonight.
For those that may not be familiar with St. Ed's basketball, let's talk about some of your key players. And one of the key players that you have to talk about is Yursich.
Yeah, Drew Yursich has been our leading scorer all year. He's a senior. He's a little guy. He's crafty, gets to the rim, can shoot the three. His brother Nate comes off the bench, his twin, and does a great job handling the ball as our backup point and can shoot it as well. Brian Vlasic is obviously another top scorer, junior, that can shoot the heck out of it. You really can't leave him alone. JT Kelsheimer, another junior, kind of runs the show at the point. And then you have another plethora of guys that are starting to get their feet wet. Ian Murray, a sophomore at 6'7", is really starting to get some playing time. Zymir Knox, coming off a knee injury last year, is starting to get into season shape. And Bowden Grant, the senior as well, has given us a lot of key minutes. So we've got a lot of guys. We've got guys that can hopefully understand their role and know what it takes to try to get a win here on the road.
And when you look at your schedule, you've had a lot of teams calling you and saying, hey, we'd like to play you because we think we can compete with you. And it's been different than in years past.
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously we don't have the size that we've had in the past. And again, a lot of people can compete with us just from a physical standpoint. So night in and night out, we know we can lose to anybody on any given night, but we also know we have the firepower that we can beat some of the best teams in the state if we're playing well and sticking with the game plan. And we talked about it plenty of times throughout the years. All of this is preseason. We're just trying to figure out ways in which to get better, trying to see as many different types of teams that we can see throughout the season, hopefully see some of the best teams that we can see. And tonight is just another one of those preseason challenges to get us ready for the tournament.
Coach, good luck in tonight's game. When we come back, we'll have the opening tip-off on Ohio Hoops Night on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
Welcome back to LeBron James Arena, Akron, Ohio. St. Vincent St. Mary getting ready to do battle with the St. Edward Eagles. The starting five for St. Vincent St. Mary. They go John Wharton, DeCarlo Prince, Asen Lomack, the freshman, Lay Cotton, and Dante Kimball. The starting five for Eric Flannery's St. Edward Eagles. JT Kelsheimer, Drew Yursich, Brian Vlasic, Zymir Knox, and Ian Murray, a 6'7" sophomore. 4 and 5 Irish, 9 and 3 Eagles, along with Adam Mendoza, Amde Bacon. And Adam, we've talked about it. 3-point shooting for the Eagles is outstanding.
Oh, that is very good for them. That's their MO, especially if they're left open on the wings. A team that's shooting over 40% from beyond the arc, and that's going to be a big key. If they're hitting those shots today, watch out.
So we get a whistle.
I think it was a warning with the band and the drum being played.
Not allowed to do that during play. So they put an end to that, and it will be the Irish inbounding it. Student section from St. Ed's having some fun early. And St. Vincent St. Mary, yeah.
I think this is going to be real interesting to see. You see St. Ed's coming out in that man-to-man.
Three-pointer contested, no rebound, put up and put in. A nice job by Dante Kimball crashing the boards for the first two.
One of the big keys that Coach Flannery was saying, they've got to crash the boards on the defensive side, not let the other teams get those offensive rebounds as they get the almost get the steal over here.
And it's the freshman Lomack drawing the charge on Kelsheimer. So the offensive foul will give the ball to St. Vincent St. Mary. Freshman got his feet set, took the charge.
That's something that you can't teach. You
Instinct,
learn
yeah.
instinct that. And being as a freshman, especially at this program, right, that really sets you apart.
And traveling violation as Prince shuffled the pivot foot there. Good defense. They tried to trap him. Knox coming out and really kind of surprised him a little bit.
One thing that St. Vincent St. Mary wants to do is keep the turnovers down. They're averaging 14 turnovers a game.
Yeah, and only 12.2 assists. Again, I chalk that up to a freshman point guard. And there's a nice job of playing defense, but on the baseline that time was Prince as he goes to the deck, but he was on the baseline with it.
You will see a lot of quick hands between these two teams. They're going to try to make those turnovers and then try to get those points off the turnovers.
Kelsheimer will trigger underneath his own basket. He gets it in. Good ball movement. Kelsheimer, 3. Off the rim. Nice box out by Wharton. And he'll give it up to the point guard. Just underway. Irish scored the first 2 of the game. Eagles extending that. Blocked. Good help defense. And a nice job by Murray to block it, out and running. Off the backboard and dropping it, Drew Yursich gets his first 2.
Well, that play was set up by Ian Murray's block. Over the weekend, he had a number of clean blocks, and that really set up the transition play.
Important for him because he's really the only size. 3-pointer by Lomack off the mark, saved, and Kelsheimer out and running. 2-on-2, Yursich fakes the 3. Nice move underneath. Good help defense as it's blocked by Kimball out of bounds. It will be Eagles basketball.
Coming from behind to make that block and not get the foul, that shows a lot of athletic ability by Kimball.
Kimball just a sophomore, 6'5" sophomore. They start a sophomore, a freshman, 2 juniors, and a senior do the Irish. Open look for the 3. Off the front of the rim by Vlasic. Rebound comes off to the Irish out in transition. Nice move through the lane. Banking it in is Lay Cotton, his first 2.
Lay Cotton averaging 8 points a game. Also really good on the glass this season. You see how St. Vincent St. Mary and their man-to-man really forcing the Eagles to start the offense very deep in the forecourt.
Finally, open look in the corner, rims out, was a good look, and Murray gets a hand on it, unable to control it, so it will be Irish ball.
You said it. He had a great look from the corner. That went in halfway through the cylinder and then popped out. But it's those shots that Coach Flannery was talking about that they really need to hit to continue their success in this game.
2-point lead for the Irish. They have the basketball. Lomack, the freshman. Baseline. Cut off by Murray.
Good defense, patience by St. Ed's. They're not going to rush their defensive sets. They'll let St. Vincent St. Mary run it around as long as they don't leave that man open, just like they did there.
Kick to an open 3 ball for Kimball. Won't go. Rebound grabbed and put in. Good work underneath. And that's Cotton. Lay Cotton now with 4.
Offensive rebounds, getting them points in the paint. That is going to be the big key for St. Vincent St. Mary.
Can they make the size work? And they did on that offensive rebound. Foul whistled, or no, they call it for a player had his shoe untied near the top of the key. So,
Dave, we were talking about these 2 teams, Blue Bloods in Northeast Ohio. This will be the 20th meeting between these 2 teams. St. Ed's leads the series 10 games to 9. They've won the last 2, but this one is going to be a big dogfight.
Ian Murray was whistled for a foul away from the ball. That was the reason for the whistle. So it's a 6-2 lead for the Irish. They have the basketball coming into the forecourt.
You'll see a couple of different sets. You'll see St. Ed's go into a man-to-man. They like to go in the zone, force the opponents to really work that ball around.
Wild shot won't go down for Cotton that time. Here come the Eagles in transition. Aggressive defense, extending it out as Kimball, the sophomore, knocks it free. Wharton bringing it up into the corner. Open three, rims out for Prince. Rebound put up and put in. Wharton gets the offensive board and another putback.
Well, there you see that height advantage and the length by Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. 3 trips down the floor, a missed shot, offensive rebound, again, points in the paint.
The turnover gives the ball over to the Irish. Elijah Chapman, another sophomore, checks in for St. Vincent St. Mary. He will inbound it.
The Irish very quick with their hands. They actually, as soon as that ball gets to one of the players from St. Ed's, they're right there in their face on the defensive side.
Bowden Grant has checked in for the Eagles as well. Prince kicks it out, and a foul will be whistled. Double team a little late getting there, and Kimball went to the deck.
It looked like Drew Yursich got a finger in the eye, just rubbing that and just getting it clear.
So Irish will inbound it underneath their own basket.
These two teams are not afraid to hit the deck to go after the basketball whatsoever.
Lomack kind of skidded there, so he shuffles the pivot foot. There's one of those turnovers. And again, it's not going to happen to anybody, but you kind of pay attention. So far, the freshman has been very poised.
Yes, he
hadn't rushed it at all.
No, he's going in there, bringing the ball down, setting up the offense. That's what you want from your point guard, and being a freshman, he's doing a good job of that. You see a lot of the youth for St. Vincent St. Mary, but this team already, even though they're young, they're very experienced with the schedule that they played.
You got to look at Nate Yursich checking in. There's the catch and shoot by Nate or Yursich. No good rebound. Put up and put in. Good job on the offensive boards by Brian Vlasic. His first 2.
Averaging 4 points of rebound. He found the lane in the paint, was able to get the rebound, and those are the big keys for St. Ed's, offensive rebounds.
Turn the tables on the Irish with the offensive putback that time. There's Lomack, the freshman. Little pick and roll to Wharton. Nice job. Done well. 4 points now for Wharton.
You got to find a way to stop the big man. If you can't, he's just going to have a night inside that low block.
Nice little pick and roll from the freshman. 3 ball off the front of the iron. Knocked free. Yursich, long 3. Side of the iron. Eagles battling underneath. Jump ball will be called. Bowden Grant, great work underneath. Tied up. Elijah Campbell, jump ball.
Talk about battling for that basketball. Eagles going way beyond what would be the college three-point arc on a couple of their shots, and there these two guys going after the basketball. It's a jump ball situation.
Good no call, too. Both had a hold of the ball. Away from the ball, another whistle. Elijah Campbell will be whistled for the foul, or Elijah Chapman, rather.
Early in the game, you're seeing a lot of physicality. You're looking at the defense for St. Vincent St. Mary. They're getting in the lanes, trying to cut off those lanes and getting a hand in the face.
Grant looking for the movement. Bowden Grant. Little baseline cut. Reverse, put in. Drew Yursich now with 4. Good give by Grant.
And that's one of the things. If you can really go in the paint, if you leave Yursich alone in that baseline, he's going to make that move all night long. You have to be aware where he is on the court all the time.
Prince backs it out to Carlo Prince. Little crossover. Gets the runner. Won't go, but will get the foul as he hit the back of the iron. You see why he's a 20.4 point per game scorer. Can take it to the hoop very nicely. 2 free throws coming for Prince, 67% free throw shooter on the year. Second foul on Vlasic here in the first quarter.
He's got to be very careful, not get into foul trouble. He's your main guy on one of that offensive side. But again, they're getting out-rebounded on that offensive side of the glass.
Prince's first point of the night comes from the free throw line, and it pushes the lead to 5 for the Fighting Irish.
Fighting Irish 63% from the free throw line this year. Pretty fast-paced first quarter.
Knocks down both of them.
Here's the Irish lineup, 5'8" senior, number 1,
Darius Wright checks in, and Lay Cotton will check back in.
They take out height, they bring in height. This is a long and a lengthy team.
And they're young. The only seniors are Wharton and Darius Wright. Good passing, Bowden again. Oh, the left hand won't go, but following it up and putting it in for the Eagles is Luke Vislowski, his first two.
St. Ed's will take advantage. If you're coming out with a double or a triple team, they'll cut to the basket, look for that back door and get the pass, but they've got to make it on that first attempt. They cannot afford to go 2 shots in a row because that gives St. Vincent St. Mary a good opportunity at blocking the ball.
Good patience in the half court. Wright swings it. Inside and a nice basket. It's Wharton again.
Where are his points coming from? In the low block. All they're doing is they kick it outside, they go in.
Good hustle, throwing it down with 2 hands. What a play by Elijah Chapman, the steal and the dunk.
That has this crowd up on their feet. A turnover and a slam dunk.
Good aggressive defense by the Irish leads to the run out. It's now an 8-point lead, largest of the game. 3-pointer, back of the iron. Good job of following the shot. Back in the corner, it won't go. Rebound, put up and put in by Luke Vislowski again, doing a good job on the offensive glass.
Averages 3 rebounds a game, very important. There you saw, they're not afraid to take the shots, but Coach Flannery's going to talk to them come at the quarter break. You got to start making those shots.
4 seconds remaining. Inside, Wharton, great pass, the give by Wright, and it's 8 points for Wharton. And we get the foul as well. 3-point play opportunity for John Wharton. Now 8 in the game, looking for 9 at the line.
Again, where are his points coming from? Inside that low block. They're kicking the ball out. They'll get that extra defender out there, and then he's open and getting those shots in the double team.
Makes his free throw. He's an 86% free throw shooter. It's so important for a big. He has 9, and at the end of the first quarter, Akron St. Vincent St. Mary 19, St. Ed's 10. It's Hoops Night in Ohio on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. John Wharton getting it done, Adam.
Well, he's a kid that averages 15 points a game and 5 rebounds, and all of his points are coming from inside that low block. He's really doing a good job using his height to his advantage.
And there you see the and one as well, coming up right here to end that quarter. Did a nice job, did John Wharton. And if the name sounds familiar, John Wharton, the backstory is kind of interesting as well. And the loose ball goes out of bounds. So John's father played professionally overseas. He played for Gary Waters at Kent State. It's a few years before the Flashes made that deep run. But John Wharton, AAU coach, the father of John Wharton, passed away January 27th, 2023 of COVID. And he's a guy that really coached his son in AAU and had a huge impact, obviously, on his son. And it's a tough story. 44 years old and claimed by COVID.
And his son is playing with that extra intensity for his dad that he would do for his dad on the court.
Yeah, without question. And he's having himself a heck of a senior season as well. Eagles with it, down 9, trying to cut into that 9-point lead. Three-pointer won't go. Rebound ripped down. Strong rebound by Lay Cotton.
They are just not having any luck from beyond the arc tonight.
Three-pointer knocked down by Darius Wright. His first 3 of the game. The lead grows to 12.
St. Ed's on this possession, they may take that 3-point shot. They're in 0 for right now. They have not been able to convert from the 3-point line.
And it is, as we said, 41% from the behind the arc for the season. Usually a very good 3-point shooting team.
And it's not like they didn't get good looks.
Right.
They've been getting great looks from the wing and the baseline. They're just not dropping.
It's interesting. So they're playing almost like a matchup zone. They're extending it out on the ball, trying to contest that 3-point arc as they get closer.
And the big key, are the passes. You see the cross-court pass. You've got to be fast and get
Good
that
look
open
inside.
man.
Basket again by Vezlowski. He now has 6. Knox a great look to get it to him.
And that's one of the things, when you get that cross-court pass, you go side, top side, somebody underneath is going to be there open. You just have to be able to get the timing in of that pass.
And it's got to be quick.
Yes.
You got to know where you're going and see the court.
You look at the defense for St. Vincent St. Mary, as soon as that ball gets to one of the guys from St. Ed's, they're right in their face.
Good look inside. Cotton, the open 11-footer, won't go. Rebound, ripped down by Knox.
Knox averaging 3 rebounds a game last year, had a knee injury, coming in really well this year.
Three-pointer that time, knocked down by Kelsheimer. First 3-ball of the game for the Eagles, leads down to 7. And Drew Joyce calls the timeout. Nobody was closing out on Kelsheimer.
Well, Kelsheimer, a 31% three-point shooter. First 3 of the ball game for St. Ed's in the second quarter. They did not get 1 3-pointer, but you see the offense starting to feel a little bit better for them. They're working it around the perimeter and getting those open passes underneath. Now, when you look at St. Vincent St. Mary, they've been doing everything right. They've been hitting the threes. They've been getting the ball inside to Wharton, who's been able to really manhandle St. Ed's on the inside block.
Good look at Eric Flannery. 9-3 on the season are his Eagles. You mentioned they defeated a really good Lutheran West team, 62-60, and they also had beaten Fairview. Lost to Hoover by 2, Pick North, and St. Ignatius are the 3 losses.
And the 3 losses, especially the one against St. Ignatius, they were just really outmanned by St. Ignatius.
Turnover, running the break, and closing out. Kelsheimer gets the easy bucket. He did quick 5.
That's a big key right there. They've got the turnover and getting the points. They've got to be able to run the floor, as Zamir Knox going to get called with that foul.
On Wharton. And a good call. Got him with the arm and the body. Physical game. They're letting him play.
When St. Ed's hits in one game, they played Berea Mid-Park. It was a shootout between both teams, no real defense. 121-104 in regulation.
This one will not reach that high on the scoreboard.
No.
There's a lot of defense going on, and freshman a little aggressive with the pass, entry pass to Cotton.
Coach Flannery came out of the timeout, switched it up, went to a zone defense, forcing St. Vincent St. Mary to go with the long passes. And that time, they tried to go back underneath, and then you had the bad pass going out of bounds and a turnover.
So the Eagles have cut it to 5, and they have the ball trying to cut it further. Put together a nice little run.
Look at that 2-3 trapping defense.
There's the pass across court and the quick pass back to Kelsheimer. Good ball movement around the perimeter. Crazy pass deflected in transition. Little spin move by Prince and loses it. Jump ball. Little too fancy.
You cannot throw through a human being. And that shows you the length of St. Vincent St. Mary and the Irish. I mean, they were on a normal night, yeah, you're going to get it over that defender. But tonight, with those long arms and that wingspan, it's not going to happen.
There's the spin move, and it is knocked free, and they go to the deck. Yeah, physics is undefeated, as the old saying goes. Kelsheimer brings it into the forecourt. Nice little curl three-pointer. Perfect. As knocking down the 3-ball is Vlasic. He now has 5. Pretty looking play.
He is. When he gets into that rhythm, he's a 43% shooter from beyond the arc. You're seeing St. Ed's now starting to find that rhythm from beyond the arc.
Down to 2 is the lead for the Irish. They have the ball. Inside Cotton, falling down, kicks it out. Open look at the 3. Off the rim, rebound, ripped down. A nice job again by Knox.
Eagles on a 10-3 run right now.
And Knox is doing good work on the boards for the Eagles, something they're going to need to continue. Kelsheimer, high pick to the hoop, ties it up. Kelsheimer, 7, all of them in this quarter. We're tied at 22.
The young junior really taking the load of being the playmaker for this team, and he found that little hole and was able to drive to the basket. And look at it, we've got a tie game at 22.
9-point lead for the Irish at the end of the quarter has evaporated. Inside the paint and knocking it down, Justin Robinson. badly needed bucket for the Irish.
Well, they only had 3 going in before that shot. Now they take that 24-22 lead, but that shows you some tenacity by St. Ed's. Yet they've got less height in there, but they're really playing a scrappy game today.
Grant on the baseline will kick it out. 3 ball. Kelsheimer won't get it to go. Tipped around, run down. A nice job by Vlasic to get the loose ball.
They'll be patient in their offense. They've got that second opportunity.
Timeout called by Eric Flannery.
Coach Flannery, he called the timeout and kind of saying that the official may have missed the foul anyway, so he'll call the timeout. He'll reset, get his guys back in their playing there. But look at it, they're 24-22. They've come back from that 9-point deficit. They've been hitting the threes, and they've been able to force that transition basketball.
Yeah, and really the guy that's keyed this run for the Eagles is JT Kelsheimer. 3 ball, and then like you said, takes it inside too.
He does a really nice job of slashing to the basket, just like he does right there with that left-handed layup. If he starts to get going, watch out. He's not a big scorer, but he does so much on the floor. He's that floor general.
He's averaging almost 10 points a game to go with his 5 assists, so he's the guy that makes the offense go.
And this past weekend, he really did. He had 13 against Luther and West. He had 18 against Fairview.
So the Eagles down 2 with the ball. There is Kelsheimer out front. Open 3, foul away from the ball. And I think they called it before the shot.
Coach
Eric Flannery disagrees.
He's very animated on that. He thought the shot should have gone in. They're going to call the foul on Zamir Knox. But, boy, he is pleading his case. Wow, that could have gone either way. And
I didn't see the beginning. You couldn't really see. I think he cut in front of him before he released the ball.
On that shot, Vlasic throwing it up so high, it's going to bring rain or maybe snow here in Akron.
Don't say snow.
We've already had enough.
We got enough of that. Around the perimeter, Kimball attacking, will kick it out. And a good help defense coming away with it is Link. And they'll pull it back. Kelsheimer.
Link is only a freshman, and he's given Coach Flannery valuable minutes, and another one rims out.
Rims out for Knox. Rebound comes off to the Irish.
So we've had the freshman point guard for Akron St. Vincent St. Mary, and Wharton again.
Wharton now with 11.
All from the inside. When you look at that points in the paint, it's Wharton.
And he's a tough matchup. He's got some size that any of the Eagles are giving away some height and some width to him.
At least 4 to 5 inches.
Yep. Kelsheimer again to the hoop. Little hesitation. Scoops it in. Kelsheimer answers. He has 9.
All coming in the second quarter. 1-3, and everything's been a slash from the left side of the basket.
Good patience by the Irish.
Eagles going in that 1-2-2 zone.
Taking it inside. Good defense. I think they got him before he got to the defender that got ball. And, yeah, in fact, it's going to be Nate. They got Vlasic with it. His 3rd.
That is a big key foul for Coach Flannery in that you've got Vlasic with 3. He's been able to start connecting from 3-point range. He's a big key in there. Over the weekend, Zamir Knox fouled out twice, and so you got to be careful on that. And Akron St. Vincent St. Mary doing a great job at the free throw line.
Kimball next, the first one down. He was 5 of 8 from the line for the season. 3 points in the game now.
You just had a quick view of Coach Drew Joyce. 477 victories in his career.
I think they got a lane violation.
They're going to call the violation on Vislowski. Dave,
so again, another shot.
Dave, we've talked about the Irish's record. They're 4-5. In Coach Joyce's career here, he has not had a losing season. Last year, their closest to having a losing season, they finished 500 at 13-13.
Kelsheimer. inside of 45 seconds in this first half.
St. Ed's starting the offense way out in the forecourt, and there you see St. Vincent St. Mary right getting in the face, and then we're going to have a foul underneath.
It's on Prince.
In the first quarter, they were letting them play. The calls have been getting tighter in the second quarter.
The other thing the Eagles are doing is they're moving everybody off the baseline. It's opening up for a backdoor cut if they go back to that alignment.
And they've had that a couple of times where
Right.
they've had the backdoor cut. A couple times they didn't get it to fall through.
So let's see where they, again, they're kind of moving everybody away, so that's setting up for somebody to cut.
You could either look for Kelsheimer to drive or maybe Link from the outside.
Well, they're being aggressive on the three-point arc, and that one just kind of, it ends up in the hands of Bowden Grant.
But look how quick St. V was back on the defensive side.
10 now in the half, so the Eagles will hold it for the final shot of this first half. Kelsheimer, high pick. And he didn't get it off as Jursic, they closed out on him and he did not get the shot off. So at the end of the first half of play, Akron St. Vincent St. Mary 28, St. Ed's 24. It's Hoops Night in Ohio here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. It's the initial Hoops Night in Ohio on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. St. Vincent St. Mary leading the Eagles 28-24 at halftime, along with Adam Mendoza. I'm Dave Bacon. And Adam, we've said a couple of times, this is the initial Hoops Night in Ohio here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Here's a look at some of the games that are coming up, and we've got a great matchup. All of them are really good. You've got McKinley and Massillon next week, and then Garfield Heights and Bedford. Some of the best teams from across the state.
And you're not just looking at Division I, you're looking at Division II, Division III. Look at Richmond Heights at St. Ignatius. You got Division V against Division I. Really just great matchups throughout this whole season.
And again, right here, Rock Entertainment Sports Network, every Tuesday night, you can also catch Full Court Action, half-hour magazine format show dedicated to the Mid-American Conference basketball, both on the men's and the women's side. But join us every Tuesday night, Hoops Night in Ohio, Massillon, Canton, McKinley next week.
Who hosts that Full Court Action?
That would be me.
You're just all over the place.
There we go. All right, we're going to take one more time out here on Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Coming back, a look at some first half highlights. 28-24. The Fighting Irish leading the Eagles from St. Ed's. Hoops Night in Ohio on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. A good look at LeBron James in his 23 from, that's his senior year. I remember him as a freshman, so I'm a little older than most. But LeBron James Arena and St. Vincent St. Mary with a 4-point lead. Let's take a look at some highlights. And early on, Adam, we talked about John Wharton, 6'10 senior, and he was a factor in the paint, 11 points in that first half that helped the Irish build up that big lead. And then the steal in the transition by Chapman getting the dunk. Good defense leads to that. Eagles came back, 3-point shooting as Kelsheimer hit one. Vlasic hit another, but Eagles didn't panic at all and shots started going.
No, this is a young team that will really get back into the game. They'll play patient. They'll stay that way. They won't let them really get out of sync. And the big thing was they started to hit the three-point shots in that second quarter. We talked about Wharton. In that first quarter, 9 of his 11 points were inside the paint.
Yeah.
Very hard to stop. But then, you look at the shooting. St. Vincent St. Mary, lights out, 58%. They're 11 of 19 from the floor. St. Ed's 11 of 24 for 46%. The Eagles have struggled from three-point range, 2 of 12 for 17% in the game.
All right, we will have third quarter action. St. Vincent St. Mary, a 4-point lead on St. Ed's. Hoops Night in Ohio here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Welcome back, St. Vincent St. Mary, a 4-point lead on St. Ed's as you see some of the state championship banners that are hanging here at LeBron James Arena. And we've talked about this guy, Lay Cotton. He is the son of one of LeBron's teammates and pretty good friends in high school, Sheehan Cotton.
You talk about legacy. And
Yep.
then coming here, Dad won a couple of state titles, just a few, and now his son is here playing. And this is playing for the school that his dad played for that won a couple state titles. He's hoping to get back and get a ring himself.
And Sheehan was one of those musketeers that they used to refer to in high school that hung out together. There's a nice turnaround jumper knocked down by John Wharton. They wanted to get the ball to him early. He got 13 now.
They moved him a little bit further, about a 10-foot shot, nice jump ball movement right there. And he's so good inside the paint at 6'10".
Little drive, pull-up jumper all over the rim. Rebound Wharton.
St. Ed's has to do a better job when they get those opportunities from inside the arc. They're 10 of 13 or 9 of 12. So they're shooting 75% inside the arc. They got to do a little bit more of that.
Open three-pointer knocked down. Dante Kimball. He now has 7, and the first 5 points of this third belong to the Irish. They have opened up a 9-point lead.
We saw
aggressive defense, too.
Yeah, aggressive defense, and we're seeing that start of the run in the second half, a 5-0 run.
Extending that aggressive man-to-man defense out. And a nice take to the hoop, scooping it in and one. Nice move by Zamir Knox.
What a first move from the top of the key. He had an option, either take it in himself or he had another player and teammate coming in, crashing on that baseline.
Just a nice little move to get by him, and I've been impressed with his rebounding. He shows he's got some offensive skills to his game, too.
He is very quick. He's got hops, coming off a knee injury and really doing a good job since he's been in the starting rotation for the last 3 games.
Averaging just over 6 points a game, now with 3 after he converts the traditional three-point play. A little bit of a three-quarter court. They look for the trap, and the Irish able to deal with it. Cotton gets it to Wharton. 15-footer rims out. Cotton couldn't quite corral it, knocked out of bounds. It will still be Irish ball.
So in the first half, Wharton in a low block. Now they're working him a little bit out, and I think what's going to happen is they're hoping that St. Ed's will come out, kind of get in his face and leave somebody else open underneath on that low block.
Yeah, and we have touched on it all game long. You have 2 really good coaches who are going to make adjustments to what each is doing.
Game time adjustments, in-game adjustments. You're absolutely correct. That's why when you look at those 2 coaches, you're close to 1,000 wins between the 2.
And they're just watching and trying to see what openings they have. There's the freshman Lomack, the runner, off the mark. It will be Irish basketball, as they say. It's off Drew Yursich.
If you were to put a camera and keep it on Coach Flannery, the animation and everything that he does, it's priceless.
Cotton will draw the foul. Nice job of catching it, taking it inside. He'll get fouled by Ian Murray.
Murray, the sophomore, at 6'7", picking up his second foul. Now you see the Irish trying to really put their will and really attack the basket like they're doing right now here in this third quarter.
Lay Cotton at the line, trying to add to his 4 points. That one hits the side of the rim. So it remains a 6-point lead for the Irish.
Free throws very important. They're only a 63% shooting team from the line. When you get into those situations down at the end of the ball game, you've got to hit them from the free throw line.
Cotton able to split. He now has 5 in the game, and it's a quick turnover.
That's a couple of turnovers there by the Eagles. They have not been able to really get much luck trying to get after the basketball. As you see Coach Flannery right there.
Not happy.
No.
The freshman Lomack trying to set up the offense. Cotton will back it out.
really forcing St. Vincent St. Mary to go on the perimeter with those passes as you see St. Ed's trying to get out there and get into somebody's grill right there.
Long three, knocked down. As that was DeCarlo Prince, his first three ball, he now has 5.
Patience. Patience is a virtue. The Irish moving the ball around, waiting for that open shot, and they knocked it down again.
Eagles down 10 now with the ball, attacking, kicking it out, open look for 3, and knocking it down is Brian Vlasic. He's got 8. And a timeout.
That is his second 3.
And Drew Joyce is not yelling, but he's like, you gotta close out on him.
He may yell, he may not, but I think when he talks to his guys, it's with authority and the utmost respect that those players give him. And as you look at it, I didn't close out. But again, both of these teams going at it tooth and nail. You saw that 10-point run by the Irish. Eagles starting to try to battle back. And again, the game is moving so fast today.
Well, you're in January. End of February, beginning of March is where you're trying to be at your best come tournament time.
And this year, just like last year, the Max Preps RPI ratings are out, and that's how they get the seedings for districts. For St. Vincent St. Mary, they're 10th in their RPI. St. Ed's is 3rd in Division I in the RPI.
Some three-quarter court pressure, just trying to disrupt the rhythm of this offense. Wharton puts it up, puts it in. A nice job, just really good ball movement and getting the ball to Wharton where he can do something with it.
You've got to try to stop him, but he is just so athletic and nimble out there. He's doing it from inside and outside. We talked about that in the pregame.
Hasn't gone behind the arc yet, and he shoots 50-some% and has taken 24 of them, so that is in his arsenal, if you will. Grant swings it to Vlasic. Little pick and Cotton whistled for the foul.
You see St. Ed's trying to fight through that pick, and they get the foul there on the defensive side. Eagles get to reset the offense down by 9. So a delay a game warning.
They get it inbounds.
Good ball movement on the outside, trying to find that cut on the back. But look how Vlasic has Wharton way out in that forecourt area.
Now they move everybody up to the free throw line, so that creates more cutting space.
But look how fast.
There's the cut and the basket. Great pass, Jursic. Only 6, averages 16, so look for them to try to get him on track.
He's had 9 of 12 games where he's been in double figures. For them to be successful, he's got to get into double figures.
So a nice job running the half-court offense by the Eagles to get the bucket to cut it to 7.
2-3 zone defense by St. Ed's right now.
They get it in, they trap. Cotton throws it away.
That's the key of that trap. He thought he was going to have a teammate in the corner. He actually threw it to the first row. But how effective can St. Ed's make that trapping defense off the zone work?
So bringing it into the forecourt is Nate Jursic. Vlasic loses it. Ahead. And laying it up and in is Prince on the break. Nice job.
Points off the turnover. That's a big key. We've seen that a lot by the Irish tonight.
Quick pass by the freshman Lomack out to Prince running. Lead back to 9.
Look at the defense. They're just right there. Hand on the waist, other hand in the face.
Aggressive,
really getting out there, very aggressive.
Open look. Off the backboard, up in the air, out of bounds. And they say it'll be Eagles basketball. Jump ball. They're going to call it jump ball.
So you had one official that did not know what the call was going to be. The official on the near side said St. Vincent St. Mary. The official on the far side was saying St. Ed's.
So they go jump ball.
Get jump ball.
Yep.
And there you see Coach Flannery.
Possession will stay with the Eagles.
Into the Irish lineup, number 1, Darius Wright.
So Darius Wright checks back in.
Big possession for St. Ed's. They need to get some points on this drive.
Three-pointer, Vlasic arcs it in. He's got 11.
He has been hitting the threes tonight, not in the first quarter, but in the second and third quarter, as he's got that 11 points, most of them coming from beyond the arc.
They swing it quickly. Open three from the corner. Knocked down. That's the freshman, Lomack. His first points are a 3 and pushes the lead back to 9. Ball is knocked free. Lomack comes away with it. Ahead it comes. Right. Kicks it to Wharton, trailing. Fighting underneath, and he'll give it back up. Out of bounds. It will still be Irish.
So you had St. Ed's hitting a 3. The Irish came back, well, you could do it. We can do it just as well. But then they get the turnover. They had the numbers on that last way, but they were not able to convert it very quickly.
JT Kelsheimer checking back in for the Eagles. We'll give Drew Yursich a breather. Ian Murray coming back in as well. It will be Darius Wright inbounding it underneath the Irish basket, and a good look. Putting it in and getting the foul is Elijah Chapman, the sophomore who had the dunk in the first, showing a little bit of strength inside as well. He's got 4. He'll look for 5 at the line.
Caught St. Ed's napping right there, and look at the easy point, and he's going to go for the 3-point play.
All over the rim, won't go down. Rebound grabbed by Vlasic. 11-point lead for the Irish. Eagles with the ball.
Eagles had cut the lead down to 4, and then you saw the Irish quickly pick up that lead again.
Great
look
hands.
How fast, look how fast they are on the defensive side.
Darius Wright, senior, quick hands, knocks the ball free. It'll still be Eagles basketball inside a minute 30 in the third quarter rather. Quick first step. Grant. They extend that aggressive man-to-man defense. Grant to the hoop. Trying to fight it through. Rebound grab by Ian Murray. Vlasic kicks it back out. Murray off the rim. Rebound Lomack, the freshman. Great give. There's Wharton. Easy bucket. Extra pass leads to the easy bucket.
He found
17 now.
He found his comfort zone in that low block again.
Well, he releases it quickly, too. There's no defending it because he releases it so quick. Vlasic can't get it to go. Rebound ripped down by Elijah Campbell. And Campbell, a good-looking sophomore off the bench for the Fighting Irish. He's going to get more minutes as this season goes along.
Vlasic now picking up his fourth foul.
Yeah.
He'll take a quick seat.
So Vlasic, leading scorer for the Eagles with 11, now 4 fouls. So he will have to sit down.
So the question for St. Ed's with Vlasic going to the bench, who's going to step up? Who's going to make the points? That next man up mentality. St. Ed's back in that zone defense again.
Lomack directing the offense. Inside of 20 in this third. There's the entry pass to Cotton. Knocked out of bounds. It will still be Irish ball. Good defense. Oh, no, they say it's off the Irish. It'll be Eagles basketball. Good defense by Knox.
Yeah, he came in, picked the pocket, and the ball bounced off the Irish player, as we'll take a look at it on that replay, and bounced right off his noggin. And Eagles have an opportunity with 13 seconds. They need to get a basket here to end the quarter on a successful note.
Lead has grown to 13 now, but Eagles will have it with 13 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Kelsheimer just kind of harassed. Corner, open three, knocked down, big three ball. Drew Yursich now with 9. And from half court, off the mark by Lomax. At the end of 3, 48-38. St. Vincent St. Mary leading Eric Flannery and the Eagles. It's Hoops Night in Ohio here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Eric Flannery, head coach of the Eagles, down 10. And Adam, really, it was the three-point shooting of St. Vincent St. Mary that opened up that lead in the third quarter. Kimball knocks down one, and then Prince, then Lomax. So it's different guys.
They were 1 of 6 in the first half from three-point range, 17%. They've changed that tune in the third quarter.
Nice work inside as Lay Cotton able to convert and get the bucket.
So many points of the Irish inside the paint tonight.
Turnover is knocking it free, and coming away with it is Cotton again.
Now St. Ed's coming out in a man-to-man defense after the timeout.
Justin Robinson on the floor for the Irish to start this fourth quarter.
Look at the battle between Wharton and Knox underneath.
And Knox able to knock the ball free and come away with it. I've been impressed. Knox listed at 6'3", plays bigger than that underneath. Little backdoor cut, great pass from Knox, and a nice job of finishing by Nate Yursich, his first bucket of the game.
Averages just under 5 points a game. Good play there by Knox on the defensive end, and then finding him on that back door.
Lead down to 10.
When Coach Flannery calls the timeout, he's really going to set up the defense. We saw him on a couple possessions where they went into the zone. Now they're coming out in that man-to-man defense, trying to trap a little bit.
That's Robinson with it.
Good patience by the Irish.
There's the double team on Wharton, so that's one of the things, and now a timeout by Drew Joyce. Calls a quick 30 timeout. So we've talked about Drew Joyce. Court here is named after him, and he's got his own little coaching tree. You have Drew Joyce here. You have his son, Drew III, who's now the head coach at Duquesne, succeeding Keith Dambrot, who Drew Joyce succeeded. And then we've seen at the shot clock shootout, Cam Joyce, his other son, head coach of St. Ignatius. We'll see him in a few weeks against Richmond Heights, but he won a state championship at St. Ignatius. So these guys can coach.
Good family tree. As players, we look at, you see Coach Joyce right there, 477 wins. Just has been a pillar in the St. Vincent St. Mary community all the way back when LeBron James was here too.
Yeah, so Keith Dambrot was here. He got the job at the University of Akron, and there was a big question. I remember it well. Who's going to be the head coach? And Drew Joyce ended up with the job because he knew all of the players. Three-pointer off the mark. Rebound gathered and put in. A nice job. Carson Link, the freshman, gets his first 2.
Right spot at the right time. Link has really garnered a lot of playing time as the season progressed. He may be a freshman, but right now the experience is at that sophomore, junior level with the teams that St. Ed's plays. Another costly turnover, mental error that time.
And when we talked to Drew Joyce before the game, he kind of alluded to it. We didn't finish games, a couple of games that we lost, as strong as we wanted to. Well, here's another chance to finish out against a good team. A big pick near midcourt. Open three, Vlasic knocks it down. That's a deep three. Vlasic now with 14. Don't look now, leads down to 5. Quickly.
Again, the three-point shot. He has to be careful. He's playing with 4 fouls.
Good job taking it inside off the back of the iron by Wright. Rebound put in by John Wharton. There's that man again, 19.
In the paint again. Points in the paint have been the big factor for St. Vincent St. Mary. Now you're seeing Darius Wright and Zamir Knox. There was a hard pick at half court. It was a clean pick and a block there, and they're trying to jockey for position. It's a physical game tonight.
Right, and Drew Joyce is going to sub the freshman Asen Lomack back in for Darius Wright, just to kind of calm things down. Corner. Defense is extended on Vlasic after that long three.
See the double pick up top?
Yep, they're trying to get him open. Attacking. Oh, nice scoop shot, but it goes in and out. Rebound comes to Link. He'll kick it out. They'll swing it back. Grant on the take. Bowden Grant puts it in. Good drive. Grant's first two.
Missed a game a couple of days ago. Averages 8 points. And another player, if you get him in that rhythm, he really helps out Coach Flannery. But right now, don't look at it. 5-point lead for the Irish.
Inside of 4.5. Prince calmly knocks it down to Carlo Prince now at 9. I would look for Prince to find some shots here. Good aggressive take. Knox takes it inside. Gets the hoop. See if they say, and one. It is good.
Irish foul on number 2, Justin Robinson, his first. Team second.
We've talked about the Irish and St. Vincent St. Mary as we look at the play on a great move there by Zamir Knox. You look at the teams that they played this year. Bishop Gorman, Lutheran East, Cincinnati Moeller, Covington Catholic. That's a who's who of teams. And remember, a lot of those teams are Division I size teams, and St. Vincent St. Mary will be playing in Division III come tournament time.
Rebound ripped down by Leigh Cotton. Yeah, they lost in triple overtime to Lutheran East, and they lost by 5 to St. Ignatius, being St. Vincent St. Mary. And Ignatius, the defending Division I champs. Vlasic, long three, knocks it down again in a quick timeout. Just like that, it's a 2-point game. 17 now for Vlasic.
Big 3-point shots. 5 3-pointers by Vlasic. He started the game with a 2 early on, and then it's just been raining threes for him. 43% on the year from beyond the arc.
So you mentioned it. Here are 3 quick threes as Vlasic, that's an NBA 3.
And look how high he's getting that shot. But the Eagles are doing a good job driving to the basket. And again, Vlasic from long range.
Yep. And that one cuts it to 2. And again, we told you that neither one of these teams going away. So Eric Flannery's adjustment have gotten some open looks at threes. Let's see what Drew Joyce does with this timeout now that they've cut it to just 2.
We've seen the Irish answer back after St. Ed's gets a 3. We saw it a couple of times in this third quarter where they've been able to come out, hit that big 3. For the Irish, they want to make sure they do not. This lead has shrunk once again. We've had it at this point earlier on in the ball game, and really a big possession for St. Vincent St. Mary.
And let's see, do the Eagles go to full court pressure? If I'm St. Vincent St. Mary, I want to find a way to get the ball to Wharton on the block. And that might be with a second quick pass. And
they're looking at a 1-2-2 press, 3-quarter zone.
There's the cross-court pass. Now it looks like they're going to 1-3-1. They got somebody. There's the switch. Turnover, gives the ball to the Eagles.
That play was made on the double team and the switch that caused the turnover. And now let's see, can St. Ed's tie this ball game?
3:30 remaining. The Eagles were down 13 not that long ago, and that lead has evaporated quickly. Good defense. Wharton got into the passing lane and knocks it free, so the turnover gives the ball back to the Irish.
That big frame in the way.
Robinson, wraparound pass, little ball fake. Prince can't get it to go. Rebound. Cotton rolls it in. Lay Cotton doing the work on the boards. He has 9.
Did you see Vlasic there? He was going to try to be aggressive on the defensive side. He knew he has 4 fouls, and he backed off a bit.
He is the leading scorer for the Eagles with 17. They need him on the court. He's got the ball now.
Still just a 4-point lead for St. Vincent St. Mary. Important possession. Each possession important for both of these teams.
Vlasic on the drive, scoops it up. Good closeout by Wharton and Cotton. And now Vlasic knocks it free, and Knox comes up with it. Out of bounds. They say it stays with the Eagles. 2:20 remaining, fourth quarter.
How aggressive are both teams going after the basketball?
Timeout is what Drew Joyce wants. They want to set up the defense. Let's see what Drew Joyce has in store on the defensive end.
He wants to put pressure. He does not want to give Vlasic an open look. So now the key is, what will Coach Flannery try to do? They'll key on Vlasic. Maybe Zamir Knox on that drive to the basket. But, you know, you look at these final 2.5 minutes. These are two great tactical coaches on this floor. You don't get close to 1,000 wins. You know, you have talent, but you've got to have the coaches and the coaching staff and all that knowledge. Coach Eric Flannery, part of USA basketball staff, and then you look at you look at Coach Joyce and what he has had and what he's done throughout his career.
We talked about Lake Cotton's dad, Sheehan Cotton. There he is. And he was a teammate of LeBron and one of LeBron's really good friends on those teams with Drew Joyce III, and watching his son, who's playing really well. To your point, they're probably going to try to take Vlasic away, being Drew Joyce. You still have Kelsheimer, who's your playmaker, and Jursic, who's probably your best three-point shooter. So you put the ball in Kelsheimer's hand, see what he can create for either Vlasic or Jursic.
And if Kelsheimer can get in, he hasn't scored since the second quarter. He's not out on the floor right now. You've got the freshman out there that's, he was going to trigger the inbound, but they're really trying to have a lot of faith in Carson Link.
So you always got to worry about, they were going to give the ball back to Vlasic. There's Jursic, open 3, and he knocks it down. Got to close out on him. He's got a dozen.
He took the step. He thought once. They left him over. Nobody came in to stop him, and he hits the big one.
So now the Irish are kind of pulling everybody away from the basket, opening up some driving and cutting lanes. Three-pointer, a quick one, won't go. Rebound gathered by Cotton. And now they'll reset it. Yeah.
Offensive rebound.
There's Wharton. Key. There's a give to Cotton. And one. Good. Oh, no. They say on the ground. Wow.
But a great give and go after the missed shot.
Drew Joyce not happy. It's his turn to be unhappy with the call.
Number 2, Drew Jursic, his second.
I think I was giving him the continuation there.
But look at that great movement that they had. Yeah, he's like, wait a minute. I think he should get the basket. Still just a 1-point lead.
Yep. So it will still be Irish basketball. They get it in hands of Wharton. Cotton trying to post up a smaller Grant underneath, and Grant able to front him.
Wharton only 2 points in the fourth quarter.
Haven't gotten the ball. He hasn't touched the ball enough.
But look at him and Zamir Knox fighting for position inside that paint. They are. It's like a wrestling match in there.
Well, Eagles are going to win a wrestling match. Come on.
But look at the size of Wharton.
I know. Oh, and a foul is trying to take it inside was DeCarlo Prince, and he's fouled.
Eagle foul on number 2, Drew Jursic.
Jursic getting another foul. That's his third.
Second in the fourth period.
Minute 17. We've talked about each possession, how important. Eagles looking to get the stop. St. Vincent St. Mary's trying to get a little daylight between them and the Eagles.
1:17 remaining. Eagles with the ball. Oh, and a blind pass and a good job by the freshman to hustle. There was an open spot. Nice job by Wharton. Kicks it out. Prince was open. Extra pass. Cotton blocked, but it will be a foul, and it's the right call.
Oh, we heard the slap up here in our booth, And good defensive coming back to help out, but Zamir Knox getting the foul.
Good aggressive take right there. He got a ball, but he got a lot of arm in addition to it.
As I said, we heard it up here.
Caught 9 points, has been to the line a couple of times tonight. Was 5 of 8 before tonight, so about a 60-some% free throw shooter. Knocks the first one down. Double figures, 10. Kelsheimer checking back in.
We talked about he had 9 points in that second quarter, didn't get anything in the third, really didn't get much playing time here in the fourth. They're going to rely on him with his ball handling skill.
Front of the iron, rebound. Nice job by Knox to go and get it. 2-point game inside of a minute. Irish looking for a stand defensively.
Look for Jurcic, look for Vlasic on the top side pass.
Foul will be called. I think they got Kimball.
Irish foul on number 5, Dante Kimball, his first.
The Eagles will try to use as much of this clock as possible. They don't have to take the three-point shot.
They get it inbounds. Grant. Drew Jurcic. Vlasic, 3. It was contested, and it comes off. Kickball. Yep. It was good defense by Kelsheimer, but he kicked it.
That time Vlasic a little bit beyond that arc and that comfort zone.
Nice job of closing out, too. And there you see trying to save it inbounds or throw it off his leg. Kelsheimer kicks it. So possession stays with the Irish. Full court pressure and a timeout. Headsy play by Cotton. They're going to go full timeout. It's under 31 seconds, 30.3 to be exact.
The Irish with both teams with only 3 fouls. So the Eagles have a foul to give right now. So they can kind of slow down the Irish, but what they need to do is cause a turnover as you're looking inside that bench for Coach Flannery and his squad. You've got to be impressed with Vlasic. Hitting the threes and has been playing the second half with 4 fouls, whereas you talked about Wharton not getting too many touches in that fourth quarter. Still, 19 points in the game.
Well, and you want the ball in his hands because the Irish are probably going to foul, and he's an 86% free throw shooter on the year. If you're looking guys that are, Lomax shoots 64, Prince shoots 67, Kimball's 5 of 8, Cotton kind of that same, 60% range. So you got a big body and a guy that makes free throws. Get him the ball.
They did it in the first half. Everything was in the low block.
You might even look to him as somebody that you outlet to, because I would imagine the Eagles are going to not let him run too much clock off out of this.
A lot of pressure on this inbound full court press.
See if they run somebody deep, try to pick somebody and run them deep. And they cover the deep pass, they get it in.
Foul on Jurcic again.
Yeah.
Eagle foul on number 2, Drew Jurcic is 4th.
4th on Drew Jurcic, so he and Vlasic both 4.
So your 2 big three-point scorers, both with 4 fouls.
Got to get it over the timeline. They do. There's Wharton, and he lays it in for the basket. Well done by the Irish. 21 for Wharton.
Good
Lead
patience.
grows to 4. 10 seconds. Kelsheimer won't get it to go, and the Irish are going to hold on and get the win here at home. And that will do it. 59-55 is the final. The Irish improved to 5-5, and the Eagles now 9-4 on the year. Adam, when you look at it, Eagles had some chances, but too big of a hole that they fell into in that really the third quarter. The fourth quarter, they were fighting out of that hole.
Well, they got it to within 2, but St. Vincent St. Mary was able to hit key shots from the outside, and then they found a little seam underneath, and when they had the fast breaks, they really capitalized on that.
You look at the leading scores, 21 for Wharton, 10 for Cotton, 9 for Prince for the Eagles. Vlasic with 17, 12 for Drew Yursich, 9 for Kelsheimer. The reason you play these games this time of year is because these are two really good teams.
You play different styles. You'll see both of these teams play teams that go up and down the court, or they'll slow it down. That's the type of games and teams you'll see come playoff time.
Yeah, and really, the Eagles didn't have an answer for Wharton inside, and the Irish got it to him enough to make that the difference.
Yeah, it was. Especially, he didn't get the ball a whole lot in the fourth quarter, but then when he did, there were key baskets that gave them that 4-point lead and the win.
Well, you know, we mentioned this is the inaugural Hoops Night in Ohio. We will be back every Tuesday, as you see, through the regular season and into the first round of the OHSAA playoffs. Massillon and McKinley coming up next week. Garfield Heights, one of the top teams in the state, coming up in a couple of weeks. A really good schedule, some really good high school basketball on tap.
And a lot of great players on all of those teams. We had an opportunity to see Canton McKinley at the shot clock shootout, but just really great teams in Northeast Ohio, and some big rivalries when you look later on, Brunswick and Strongsville.
Yeah, and we got about a minute left tonight. What are some of the just takeaways from this one for you?
Well, for St. Ed's, they got off to a slow start. They were able to get back in the game, but they've got to find a way. They don't have the height. They've got to find a way to stop big men that they've seen this year. You've had Wharton here. You've had Friary from St. Ignatius. They got to find a way to stop the big men.
And if you look at St. Vincent St. Mary, really impressed with John Wharton. I thought I would be a 6'10 kid who's got feet. He can shoot. I'm impressed with the freshman. The freshman point guard can play.
Really composure, a lot of composure. Got a little offhand at times, but then he got right back in the thick of things.
For Adam Mendoza, I'm Dave Bacon. Good night from St. Vincent St. Mary. LeBron James Arena, the Irish winners tonight, 59-55. Make sure to join us next Tuesday for Hoops Night in Ohio on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.